How to find out if someone has a secret bank account in Switzerland? This video is mainly addressed to potential heirs of secret bank account holders, victims of scam artists and private detectives. If you are the heir or the beneficiary of a wealthy family member, the following video can make you rich. I will show you how to discover the secret bank account information within 6 weeks. I give you 2 reasons why the chances of finding money are higher than commonly expected. Reason number 1, 30% of all existing offshore money is stashed with Swiss banks. Switzerland should be the main target for treasure hunting. Reason number 2, the old money was mostly the result of tax evasion, with strong protection by the Swiss bank secrecy. In the old days, many clients of Swiss banks carried the secret of having an offshore account to the grave without sharing it with their own family. That's the main reason why we have 50 million Swiss francs on dormant accounts. This video can change your life. Stay tuned.
Caputo and Partners, SwissBankingLawyers.com. We fight for your money.
My name is Enzo Caputo. I'm international private banking lawyer, the owner of the boutique law firm Caputo and Partners, and the founder of SwissBankingLawyers.com, the place where successful international business people find tips and solutions to better protect their assets with Swiss banks and pay less tax. I can differentiate 3 groups of individuals interested in such information. The first group is composed of the legal heirs or successors of secret bank account, beneficiaries of a trust or family foundation. The second group is composed of rapacious females involved in pending divorce litigation. The third group consists of victims of criminal activities of scam artists, mainly international fraud activities involving multiple offshore jurisdictions.
We fight for your money.
It's imperative for the legal successor of an account holder to hire a specialized offshore lawyer in Switzerland who is familiar with the classic offshore structure used in the old days. I am one of them. Please be informed that there are not many offshore lawyers having international experience with offshore jurisdiction, multilingual skills and international network with all important offshore jurisdictions. An experienced Swiss lawyer with an extensive network to bankers and international investigators can make miracles. Victims of scam artists should hire a multilingual investigator with multiple years of professional experience with offshore money in combination with an offshore asset recovery lawyer. We have connections to the best offshore money investigators based in various jurisdictions. For sensitive borderline activities, the private investigators are hiring external experts, for example, IT experts in the Ukraine, former Mossad agent in Israel, or former FSB Secret Service agents of the Russian Federation. If some activities are considered as illegal in a specific country, for example Switzerland, they will outsource these activities in countries where it's not illegal.
We fight for your money.
They are prepared to implement unconventional methods in a more permissive jurisdictions, including hardcore methods. For my own protection, I'm more interested in their results and less in their methods. There is no way around. You need professional help to find out if someone has a secret bank account. Alone, you will have no chance of accessing secret bank account information distributed in different offshore jurisdictions. The Swiss bank secrecy is tough. In Switzerland, the disclosure of sensitive bank account information is a criminal offense. Swiss bankers will be punished with imprisonment if they will disclose bank information. Since the whistleblower case with Hervé Falciani, Swiss courts have increased the penalties for Swiss bankers who have disclosed sensitive bank account information. For disclosing bank account information to a foreign country, the penalties are multiple years of imprisonment. It's not a joke or a marketing gag of Swiss banks. Many Swiss banks will not respond to letters of non-Swiss lawyers. If you are not the heir, it will be close to impossible to legally access the bank account information. It's crucial to collect all available information on the account holder.
We fight for your money.
If you are not the legal successor of the account holder, you should hire a private investigator. We have cooperation agreements in place with the best performing offshore bank account investigators. Very often, private investigators are using illegal tools to achieve better results. If you know the name of the Swiss bank and the account number, and you like to find out if the account exists, you can do a wire transfer with $500 and see if the money comes back or not. If the money will not come back, it means that $500 has been accredited to the Swiss bank account. Contrary to popular opinion, Swiss banks will not act as the executor of the estate. The Swiss banks have no interest in distributing the money to the heirs and let them run away with the money inherited. The goal of a Swiss bank is attracting new assets and not losing assets. This is very important for understanding the mindset of Swiss bankers. The heirs of Swiss bank accounts have a misconception. The truth is that they are convinced that the Swiss bank are in charge of the distribution of the estate. Swiss banks want to keep the funds inside the bank. They want to make money with your money as long as possible. The nightmare of every Swiss banker happens when money leaves the bank. The remuneration system of Swiss private bankers is based on performance and bonus incentives.
We fight for your money.
The calculation is based on the volume of assets under management and the level of fees generated for the bank. Many Swiss banks have been Americanized. As the legal successor of the account holder, you are entitled to collect the full bank account information. This is the theory. The practice looks different. Some banks are reluctant to disclosing too much information. Every single year is entitled to collect the full information by virtue of law. All heirs must be in agreement for collecting money. If one heir will refuse to sign the distribution agreement, the funds will remain with the bank until all heirs are on the same page and sign the distribution agreement. Not before. Nobody will see a cent if there is no agreement between the heirs. For accessing the bank account information, the heirs need to be identified by the bank based on their passports and their physical presence. If one heir is not cooperative, the account remains frozen. The bank will not take the risk of distributing the money twice. The bank is patient until the heirs are in agreement. For taking ownership, you need the certificate of death, the certificate of inheritance, the certificate of birth, and probate documents. The certificate of inheritance is imperative to determine the identity of all legal heirs. The documents must be translated into English, German, French, or Italian. They must be legalized by a notary public and super-legalized with apostille according to the Hague Convention of 1961, or super-legalized by the Swiss Embassy in the country of the client. If the documents are accepted, all heirs or successor must sign the distribution agreement. Subsequently, the funds are ready to be transferred to your own bank account. In case you have problems assembling the correct documents, we will help you. If somebody can't travel to Switzerland, we will negotiate a solution with the bank. Let me give you a real-life example.
We fight for your money.
The wife of the deceased account holder was living in Iraq, in Baghdad. She had problems with obtaining the visa for Switzerland. We issued an invitation letter and she received the entry visa. We will negotiate with the competent Swiss immigration authorities. If you like this video, please show it to us. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the bell. By doing so, you will never miss our new videos. Do it. It will cost you nothing. There are 3 very frequent mistakes heirs of Swiss bank accounts are doing all the time. The mistake number 1 is to tell the bank that you need the money urgently. For example, to buy a house. Do not say that. Some banks will not cooperate with you anymore. They will not help you anymore. You have to do all the homework alone. This will take time. As long as not every year has been duly identified by the bank, they will not permit access to the funds. Let me give you a bonus tip. It's much better if you make the bank believe that the money remains with the bank for the next 50 years for wealth management, that you don't need your money for the rest of your life and that you will never do payments. If you say that to the Swiss bank, you will be the dream client, number 1. This information makes Swiss banks very happy. The bank will be very cooperative with you. If you like this information, just like these, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel now and ring the bell. By doing so, you will never miss a new video. Mistake number 2 is that many heirs are not aware of the following situation. A single heir, not the totality of heirs, the single heir has the right to become accessible to all bank account information, including the history of transactions. A fast inspection in the transaction history can help to discover other assets with other banks inside or outside Switzerland. Sometimes banks are refusing to disclose information to a single heir. This is illegal. Each heir is entitled to receive all information. Based on my long experience collected with offshore inheritance money, I strongly advise you to invest some time and check the history of transactions. Mistake number 3 is to not check the history of the bank account. Often the history of transaction reveals an important trace to the existence of additional offshore accounts. We are very familiar with checking the history of old offshore accounts. If you hire us, I will analyze the history of all previous transactions with a couple of hours only. Once upon a time, during the war with Iraq, I received the son of the account holder coming from Amsterdam to Zurich. He was the son of an old lady living in Baghdad, Iraq. I had an inheritance case with a very old lady being the joint account holder with her husband. She couldn't travel from Baghdad to Switzerland. Passport of Iraq are the worst passports on the...
We fight for your money.
Visa-free traveling options are very limited. Furthermore, she was too old for traveling to Switzerland. I negotiated with the Swiss bank to delegate the identification procedure to a general of the US Army. The US general was very cooperative and he made an excellent job. He acted as a notary public. He identified the lady for the bank. You see, there is always a solution. Sometimes you need to come up with creative and inventive solutions. If the account inherited has been opened many years ago, the chances are higher that the funds are not tax compliant, which means black money. The old generation of clients had a mentality of secrecy. They don't trust anybody, including the government. They grow up during World War II. They made the money after World War II. Old clients, particularly those who are not supported by professional advisors, are not aware of the consequences of the automatic exchange of information and the common reporting standard. They will believe in Swiss bank secrecy. As we know, Swiss banking secrecy still exists today for protection of privacy, but not anymore for protecting tax evasion. If you inherited an old bank account in the name of an offshore company, you can be pretty sure that's black money. To get out of the black money trap, all heirs must be united and act in a coordinated manner. You should legalize the funds inherited before the bank will start with the automatic exchange of information. I had many accounts with multiple heirs that have been discovered by the tax agencies because of their own stupid behavior. They refused to communicate because of stupid litigation about nonsense. If only one heir will declare the secret account to the tax agency and the others keep the secret alive, the tax agency will discover all involved family members. Depending on the competent jurisdiction, there are different ways to legalize the assets. During the last 7 years, we have legalized hundreds of bank accounts with the voluntary disclosure.
We fight for your money.
We help you to legalize your money. Give us a call before it will be too late. Time is of essence. Insider information just like these cannot be found in universities, in libraries and not in the internet. If you like information just like these, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel now and ring the bell. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell. By doing so, you will never miss a new video. If you have a question in connection with a secret bank account, use the comment section below the video or write the questions and I will respond within 24 hours. If you have a very confidential question you would like to discuss only with me, write me an email and book a free telephone consultation. Grab your mobile phone now and dial 0041442124404. It's never too early to start solving a problem, but often too late. Be rich and stay rich. Have a wonderful day.